Hello! I just wanted to say it's the 22nd of April now, and I'm starting to prepare your video for you, so I'll give you an introduction. What I'm going to do is start with showing you the concept for what I finally came up with, and what you'll see is, in a moment, the pillowcase drawing. I pieced that together from a number of different graphic items. Then I created the bedspread. So that's the graphic design of both. And then what they ultimately turn into is, of course, what you see in front of you. Hopefully you like them. But I'm going to gradually walk through some of the techniques involved because it's a bit of a fun and it'd be interesting for you to see how it actually came about. Hope you like. Bye. Hello, happy wedding couple. It is your Uncle James here. Abby and Brendan, I just wanted to introduce you to one of your wedding gifts anyway, the one that I'm actually kind of heavily involved in. It's the 2nd of March now, and I've been contemplating what to do for quite some time, and have finally come to the conclusion that I will do something using some of my interesting skills. So I've decided to make you some simple bedding linens, just little touches that I hope you will appreciate. It's all starting with the stuff you can see piled there, and you can see some of the motifs there that we've got going. This is what I've got done thus far. It doesn't look like much, but ultimately that will be attached to what we're doing. But it starts like this. Once I've made the motif from this ribbon. So I start with the ribbon. I then have a template, which looks like this. And then what I do is I duplicate the template into lots of motifs, which then I attach to each other. And ultimately, you'll end up with something that looks a bit nicer, but along the lines of what you're actually going to get. So, see out the window there, I'll put this down for 1 second. If I lie this on the floor, you can see a bit of how it should ultimately start to look. Right. So what you'll see is I have the motif. Let's do it that way. Yes, it's very difficult on a Kindle to do this. But anyway, you can see the motif, and that will go all the way around your pillow. And I'll be doing that with my little cute featherweight here. Okay. So that's my featherweight sewing machine, which is very small, very quiet, so I can do it in front of the telly hours and hours and hours, because it takes quite a long time to do all of this. So anyway, I shall keep you posted as things go along, so that this turns into hopefully something relatively decent in the scheme of not so good on the double chin there, but do it at this angle instead. That was a little less unflattering. Anyway, so hopefully it will turn into something quite interesting. You can see it develop. Alrighty, I shall pause for now and get working. Bye! These flowers, which you can see there, hopefully, takes 3 pieces of those. Okay, and what has to happen is I take these and I form them into the loops. Okay, so you stick it on the pin in the middle. And then you have to make sure that you do it right. And then you fold it over the pin. And then you fold it over the pin. And now I've got it not in the middle, because it's difficult to do this like this. So, I'm going to make sure it's centered this time. So you need to make sure absolutely that it's folded exactly in the middle, otherwise you end up with two unequal loops, which is not very much fun. So there we go. It's hard to hold the Kindle and do this with one hand, but anyway, I'm trying. So make the fold in the middle. That's good. And then what you do is you put that fold over the pin. So open it up, put it over the pin. Ta-da! Now, that then means you can fold this way, except it has to go the reverse way around. It's got to go underneath, so that the end of it is underneath the bits running from the center. So when you've got that about right, then you can squish it down. And obviously you'll pin this in the end and then sew it. And then we do this side, which is exactly the same procedure. It's got to go underneath, which is quite fun. Change hands and do it with the left hand, which is better. And fold it underneath, like that. And then do that with the left hand. Shove it there, and then that makes roughly the flower. What I will do that is 3 times, and then I have to sew it. So it's quite fiddly, but it's easier with 2 hands, obviously. But that's how you make the little flowers. So I thought you might enjoy a bit of that. I'll show you a bit of the open work later, which I hope you will like. That's the bit I've showed you before, which is not yet sewn with the holes in the linen. But anyway, that's kind of how that works. And you just squish it down, and then what I have to do is pin it in place, but it takes 2 hands to do that. And then you do that all of the times, and then I sew it. And that ultimately turns into one of those, which I will then attach to the when it makes the lace. So there are the 3 that I've been working on and made today. 1, 2, 3. Very exciting. And there we are. Oof, that double chin's not so great. But anyway, I hope you're well, and we shall see you soon. Howdy doody. It is now the 6th of April, and I've been working on your gift for a month, and it's coming along quite well, but I thought I would show you how it is getting on and how I make some of it so you can experience the fun. I certainly hope you like it, and I'm sure you will. But anyway, let me show you what's happening. Do-do-do-do. 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 Alright, we're now in the front room where I have the latest incarnation, and this is it. So I'm going to try and show it. So how it works is, and let's see if we can do this, it's quite difficult. So we've got the work, so I'll tip it that way, that's better, yes. So you can see your initials A and B, and this is done with a bit of hand embroidery and then machine embroidery for the stems. Then what happens is you've got a motif, and there are 11 of these triangular ones, so that's how they look, and I've just finished the last of them today. Then there are 13 of the flowers that go in between, which I will show you me making. And then over here, you'll see, if I can get this right, there are 4 of these corner pieces. It's quite difficult to do this because it's attached to a Kindle. So anyway, that's the corner piece, all being well, and there are 4 of those. So the end result, you will obviously see, but that's how they are in the mean. And obviously there's sort of a cord around, a band around the end that I make. So that's where we are at the moment. I've got one done, except it's not actually attached. I've made the lace around the edge. It's not attached yet, so the pillowcases are coming. So that's where we are now. And then the other part of your gift is underway, but it's not yet finished. You can see outside, very exciting. This is the other part I'm working on. So hopefully we can show this and looking quite... That's the wrong side. So what you can see there is... That's that. And you can see, if I zoom in really close, the blue lines that I've still got yet to finish. Good morning. It's the 19th of May and the sun is shining. And, I've managed to finish 2 of your pillowcases now, but I'm about to continue on working on the open work for the throw, which I'm sure will be very interesting for you to watch. The Dagies say hello. They are doing sun tanning Dagies at the moment, as you can see. But anyway, I will show you I'm doing some of the work today on my little Singer Featherweight again. And that is what we're working on. So I've put it in the hoop and I'm about to begin on the next bits, which is to outline it with stitching, reinforce it with the cord, which you can see there, which is on the spool. And then I will start stitching it. So I will show you that, and I'll use a different camera for that. Needle into like that, and then you pull. That might be better. And you pull the thread up. It's rather complicated to do with one hand. Now what happens is you pull the thread through, and that works like that. It's fairly easy to do. So zooming out a bit. So then what happens is you have to stitch around the edge, holding the threads. And what you do is you do this 3 times around the edge, so that what it does is it reinforces the shape when you cut it, so that it doesn't unravel, because of course you're cutting very close to the stitching. And what happens is, because linen is quite coarsely woven, but anything unravels really, to be honest. So this just prevents it from unraveling. Okay, So there we have that. Now the next part is we have to attach the reinforcing cord. So what we do is at the beginning of here we stitch through and over the cord so it holds it in place. And then what we have to do is zigzag around the cord as we go the whole way around. Now normally I would use my right hand to make this a little easier to do, to control the speed of the machine. But I'll just show you a bit here, doing this like this. And just so you can see how all one of these leaves is made. And then we go into the next steps, which is to cut it, and then to finish it like you'll see when you get it. So you can see why because I'm using an electric foot here, but I've got a hand crank on this machine as well. But you can see why the hand crank is actually more useful than the foot, because it's really difficult to control the speed on these type of machines. New digital machines, they have an ability to go at a really slow speed so that this problem is resolved, but you lose because then you're getting into electronics, which is okay for a bit, but if you want a machine that's really durable and lasts a long time, unless you can afford $10,000 or something, I'm quite happy doing it the old-fashioned way, and it still works. And considering this machine's 60 years old, it goes well. And the other thing that's really nice about this machine is it's perfectly quiet. So I can actually do this kind of work while the TV's on, as you can hear in the background. And I'm almost finished the leaf now. I'll just reinforce the edge there, and then that's it, done. So now we have a leaf. So then what I'll do is I'll cut it out and then do the middle, and you'll see how that always looks like that in the end. Righty-ho, that's enough for today. Bye!
La boucle blanche deviendra le plus grand générateur d'électricité statique que le monde ait jamais connu. Et une fois chargé, le système se videra tout seul dans les médias. Ce qu'on a vu aujourd'hui, c'est une allumette avant un feu de forêt. Je n'y crois pas un instant. Vous êtes alarmiste. Jusqu'à maintenant, elle ne s'est pas trompée une seule fois. Si vous n'écoutez pas, vous êtes stupide. Attention à vos propos, Gio. Vous pourriez perdre votre poste.
Because I put her on my phone, just to be asking for everything to get in everything. Do your friends and family know about your relationship with your spouse? Yes. Explain to them.
Non, pas encore. Si on regarde une tête et qu'on envoie nos fusées comme on peut les faire, on arrivera peut-être à...
Well, I would just say every year when we come out, we always visit my brother, we attempt to visit my, well, sister. Well, I would just say, over the
Et vous, quelle sera votre retraite? Soyez libre à 500%. Maintenant, Fiat 500 est à partir de 159 € par mois sans apport, garantie et entretien inclus pendant 5 ans. Fiat. En ce moment, chez KFC, participez au grand jeu original et tentez de gagner une voiture. Des planètes actives, un voyage de rêve pour 4 personnes à Miami.
What is the highest level of education you have completed?
Master's degree.
Is that postgraduate?
Yeah.
How many years?
It's a 1-year degree. But if it's postgraduate, it's 5.
You don't regret that. It's stupid. What's the highest when it asks you how many years?
Yeah, because you can do it part-time.
Yeah, no, we should start to tick every box.
Envoyer une lettre à la mairie pour refuser le changement d'établissement de sa fille.
No, it's not the Dagies nibbling.
That was funny. I thought that was the Davies licking. You recording?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Lots of fun, lots of all the bits. See you soon. Bye.